that move that when we had peaked right here at the bottom, the CCI was minus 129. Then it started to get better at minus 103. Then here was getting a little bit firmer. That's why this higher low held. That's another reason why the SMF weekly trading bar held above it at support, did not fail and go below it. And it's all because of this right here. Minus 38 is given this support level a major support level. And we own the $500 calls on Google. And we also own some of the 480s and some of the 470s here. So the reason why we have not executed the trade is this blue line, purple or pink line, MA50, is not declining in price. It's called a 50-week moving average, which means if this trend busts out, that's the ultimate target would be here. I'll draw a trend line through half of this down bar, which is slightly above the 50-week of where that part of the trend started to go down on 4/25 of 2010. And then broke. This was a very bullish when you got above the 200-week. But here's the thing. You can be above the 200-week, but as long as the 10-week kept declining, you were never going to hold that 200-week at support. That's the power of coming to SMF, stockmarketpunting.com, and getting involved in our mathematical technical analysis versus your standard technical analysis. Because when this was above the 200-week, no one could tell that it would go. We knew that it would not hold here because of that declining 10-week. We also knew at the point in time during that 1, 2, 3, that fourth week, and you know, that was the high at 500 in the earnings, but we knew at the same time during this weekly consolidation that the 20-week was dropping below the 50-week, which meant that that would never hold either. But one of the things that we're going to point out to you here is that the 50-week moving average is at 528.38, which is bullish, okay? Because it's not declining in price. That 20-week moving average, on the other hand, is where these weekly moving averages start to turn. And when these things go like that, that's how you know when something's putting in a support level. Because there is a firm support level based on these technical indicators. By the way, people, this is an application that we use for historical data, but SMF has its own trading application, direct access trading application, and we own it. We own our own charting packages and everything else, except we only use them for market makers who are trading as a market maker. They don't need historical data, but because their operations are based on their, you know, taking money out of the market to the upside and the downside all the day. But anyway, back to the bullishness. So we closed above it slightly. Now, I just gave all the reasons when that 10-week was failing. Now, what makes if you get a close above the 200-week, the difference would be that this flattens out, does not descend. It's not totally flat. It's just about. That 477 and higher would give that 200-week moving average support and stability. Pricing controls would hold at those levels within the volatility. The upper end of the resistance will be at 511, or well, we'll just be safe and call it 509.75. We will also point out on the other part is that this bar right here, it's a weekly bar, is that's what was resistance of half of that bar. If I'm trading and I can close above half of that weekly bar and consolidate above it, well, then that means that where that downtrend was, that this bottom has got legs. And all the other stuff I said here. Now, even if you're watching the video for first time and don't quite understand it, hey, you're not supposed to. It's very sophisticated in what we do here. Whether your opinion leads you down another road, fine enough. Come back and visit us and you'll see what I'm talking about. Then you can have your opinion at that time. That's the technical analysis on Google right now today as the standard deviation. What we're looking for is where the momentum kicks in and changes based on weekly combination of moving averages that support the foundation of the current trend and how the current trend goes from weak to medium to strong. Have a good day.